A Navy SEAL dad isn't just a protector, he's a force of nature. When fake HOA enforcers try to take his daughter, they don't know who they're up against. What happens next will leave them crawling. Welcome, everyone. Before we dive into this epic story, I want to know, where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below, and let's see how far this story travels. Now, grab some popcorn, because this one's going to get intense. The sun was just beginning to dip below the horizon, casting an orange glow over the quiet suburban neighborhood. Jack, a retired Navy SEAL, sat on the porch, savoring the tranquility of the evening. His daughter, Lily, played in the backyard, her laughter filling the air. For the first time in a long while, Jack felt at peace. He'd left the chaos of his past behind, embracing his new life as a father, but the calm wouldn't last. As Jack tucked Lily into bed, a loud knock echoed from the front door. His military instincts immediately kicked in, his eyes narrowing. He'd always been cautious, but now something about this felt different. He opened the door to find two men, standing on the porch, both wearing fake HOA uniforms. They were tall, broad-shouldered, and carried an air of authority that seemed off. They claimed there was an urgent issue with his property, demanding entry for a supposed inspection. Jack's gut told him something was wrong. Jack stepped back slightly, blocking their path. "I don't recall any scheduled inspections," he said, his voice calm but firm. The men exchanged a quick glance before one of them stepped forward, his tone turning more insistent. "This is a matter of property regulation. We need to enter immediately, or we'll have to escalate this further." Jack's eyes flickered to their hands, looking for signs of a weapon or something suspicious. The man's voice had a sharp edge to it, and when he mentioned Lily's name, something clicked in Jack's mind. They weren't here for a property inspection. They were here for something far darker. Jack's protective instincts flared up. "No one's coming inside," Jack said, his voice colder now. Without warning, the men stepped forward aggressively, one of them reaching for the door handle. That's when Jack knew they weren't just scammers, they had a plan. The second man lunged toward Lily, who had appeared in the hallway, drawn by the commotion. With a swift movement, Jack stepped between them, blocking their path and grabbing the first man's wrist. His training kicked in. With the precision of years in combat, he disarmed the man with a quick twist, sending the attacker stumbling back. But the second man wasn't backing down. He pulled a taser from his belt, aiming it at Jack. Without hesitation, Jack ducked, rolling to the side, and countering with a blow to the man's knee. The force was enough to make the man fall to the ground in pain. The two men were down, but Jack knew this wasn't over. They were still dangerous. The first man struggled to get to his feet, but Jack was already on him. He grabbed the man by the collar and pushed him to the ground, using his knee to pin the man's chest. The second attacker, still writhing in pain from the knee strike, tried to crawl away. Jack didn't let them get away. He disabled the second enforcer with a well-placed punch to the shoulder, causing the man to drop to the floor, unable to move. The fight had been swift, but now Jack was faced with a grim reality. These men were only the beginning. As Jack secured the men, one of them muttered something under his breath, words that didn't make sense at first. But then, the words fell into place. "We were sent by someone who's got plans for your daughter." Jack's heart skipped a beat as the man continued, his voice strained. "You've been targeted. The HOA is just a cover. They want her for something bigger." Jack's mind raced as he pressed the man for more details. With a strained breath, the attacker revealed the name of the mastermind behind it all, someone Jack knew all too well from his past in covert operations. A man who had once been a dangerous enemy in the field, now resurfacing with a new agenda. The pieces clicked into place, and Jack's blood ran cold. This wasn't just about the HOA. This was personal. The mastermind behind the attack was someone Jack had tangled with years ago during an operation overseas. A man who had vanished from the shadows, only to re-emerge with a vendetta. With no time to waste, Jack gathered himself and prepared for the next step. He couldn't wait for the authorities to take over. This was his fight now. Jack ensured Lily was safe, tucked away in a secured room, before he set out to track down the criminal network. The mastermind had made a mistake by involving his daughter, and Jack was ready to make sure it would be the last mistake he'd ever make. Jack hunted down the mastermind with methodical precision. It wasn't just about stopping the man, it was about making sure he could never harm his family again. The final showdown took place in an abandoned warehouse, the location as cold and empty as the man Jack was about to face. The fight was brutal, a clash of wits and skill, But Jack was the better fighter. He used everything he had learned during his time as a Navy SEAL to dismantle the mastermind's operation. The man's attempts to escape were futile. Jack brought him to the ground, exposing the full extent of his plan. With the mastermind apprehended and the police arriving to take him into custody, Jack finally breathed a sigh of relief. But the battle wasn't over. As he returned home, the weight of the night's events lingered. Lily was safe, but Jack knew that peace was only temporary. As he held his daughter in his arms, promising her that he would always protect her, Jack couldn't help but wonder what other dangers lurked in the shadows. But for now, they were safe, and that was enough.